Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I have another deck list as well as a tarot spread for you. I actually just tried to film the video, however it did not go over well, so I'm back to give it another shot. I just have a cup of coffee here, so feel free to join me in a beverage, any beverage you want. So I actually have two deck lists as well as two tarot spreads. So I do feel that you need to work with these two tarot spreads together, as well as all these decks together. And I'm going to explain why that is. But before we get into the video, I just want to let you know my daughter's feeling a little bit sick today. So she's just resting with my husband in the living room. So you might hear them in this video. But I'm pretty sure you hear them in every video anyway. So I don't think that that's, a huge difference right now. So also I have one of my favorite candles by Moonstone and Myth burning behind me. This is called Moon Glow. It smells so good. I just put mugwort in mine. I don't even know if you can see it. Absolutely love this candle. And it goes with today's theme. So I don't know which deck list to get started in, as well as spread. I think we're going to start with the shame one because I've been mentioning about it a lot on the channel. I mentioned it in last week's video. So when it comes to shame, I think I'm going to call the tarot spread Wall of Shame. So when it comes to my particular sense of shame, for me, I've noticed that, you guys know I've been creating my own femme fatale film noir tarot deck. I actually just got the prototype in the mail the other day, so I've been playing around with it. I've already made changes to it, but you guys know that when I started really, when I picked this project back up, because I've been creating this deck for over a year, when I picked this project back up and I started working with the femme fatale archetype, again, to create this deck, I started noticing that a lot of the work that I was doing started to revolve around some of the shame that I experienced just for being who I am, what I believe in, as well as where I come from. These are huge things for me. I noticed personally. I know that I'm very open about my tarot and journaling online, but the funny thing is there are only a few people in my personal life, like my closest friends and family members, know that I do this type of work on the side. So it's actually quite a private thing for me. So what I noticed is basically as soon as I unboxed the Lacrimosa Tarot, this deck just really wanted to talk about shame. It's like as soon as I unboxed it, it was like, I really want to talk about this sense of shame that you are walking around with, Amanda. And I've had this experience with this deck pretty much ever since I unboxed it. So the Lacrimosa Tarot, I guess we're just going to get straight into the deck list here. And then I'll go over the spread. It's feeling super all over the place right now. I don't know if you can tell. The sun just entered Pisces, and I'm a Pisces sun, and I feel like I am just so disoriented since the sun entered Pisces. I think on the 18th, I've been like just a basket case. Anyway, the Lacrimosa Tarot was created by Rose Bay. So she is the wonderful creator of the Sistine Tarot. So you could purchase that on Make Playing Cards. I unfortunately missed out on that deck, which I know I feel really, really sad that I missed out. I missed the opportunity to pick that deck up. But I was so excited when I found out she was creating this tarot deck. So I do believe that she said that this deck is going to be always available. And this deck, there is nudity, I believe, in this deck. It's not a whole lot, but it's a very delicious, dark, gothic, it's kind of lusty. Like, it almost has a tormented soul. It's kind of vampiric. It's delicious. I've been loving this deck. I've already edged it in black. As you can see, I made sure I picked up the ungilded version so that I could edge it black, which I got the inspiration to do that by one of Rose Bay's images of her deck. I think she showed a picture of it edged quite a while ago, and I was like, I need to do that with mine. But basically, since I unboxed this deck, I just felt like it really just wants to talk about the shame that I carry in my day-to-day life and the experiences and the holds that it has on me as I just go throughout my day. Particularly with me, my sense of shame does also come with a sense of guilt, as well as a need to people please, which is something that I've been doing a lot of journaling around. You know, I'm a Pisces sun. Like, we don't want to step on anybody's toes. We're the peacekeepers. But we're also duals, so we can be the exact opposite of that sometimes, depending on how we're feeling. But for the most part, we just kind of want to be left alone, left to our own devices. I, however, am a Scorpio rising, which ultimately means I will always step on other people's toes. There will be times when you have to. And this deck, it does want to talk about my shame in the sense of my people pleasing. The people pleasing just happens to be a result of the shame. I need to clarify that very poorly. But this deck, like I said, as soon as I unboxed it, it wants to talk about that with me. Okay, so again, that is the Lacrimosa Tarot. It's created by Rose Bay. You can pick it up on Make Playing Cards. It's a beautiful, beautiful deck. Rose Bay, if you're watching this video, I love your deck. It's incredible. And I'm so happy that I had the opportunity to pick it up. I'm so happy that you put it out there, that you gave us all the opportunity to pick up this deck. So absolutely loving this deck. And like I said, it definitely wants to talk about the darker aspects of me and my life, particularly in this case right now, my sense of shame. That's just my personal experience with the deck, and I think it's perfect for this type of a deck list and tarot spread. It's been very helpful. So next up, where did I put the deck? It's the Queen Mab Oracle. Yeah, Queen Mab. So this is a Blue Angel Oracle deck. It's absolutely stunning. There is nudity in this deck as well. You guys know I've talked in length about this deck on the channel. So I was actually torn between putting it on this deck list and the Empowered one that just went up on the channel last week. I was torn between putting them on both. I decided to put it on this one because I've been finding it really helpful with my shame spread. So this deck is all about taking self-accountability, self-responsibility, and setting boundaries, which is incredibly helpful for when you're trying to release shame. You really need to be willing to put the effort and work in. You need to be willing to put the journaling in. Oh my gosh, sorry, I forgot you guys were there. I was just so engrossed in the imagery. I don't know what the heck, man. You guys need to tell me in the comment section below if there's any other astrological influences going on. I think it's just because Pisces sun, but oh my gosh. I just feel like such a space cadet right now. I don't like that. I'm a Virgo moon, so Virgo moons we really like to feel grounded in the sense of reality. So it's making me feel all sorts of things. So last but not least on this particular deck list video is the Cave of Sibyl Oracle. I recently picked this up on Tiara May's Etsy shop. I actually went on to pick up the Ritual Tarot. However, she wasn't selling that at the time. I think this is back in December, guys. So she had actually just recently listed this deck. This is her newest creation as of the date of the recording. And this is the Cave of Sibyl Oracle. So this has the intense energy of the dark feminine, in my opinion. And I like to use this oracle deck to really figure out, to identify where the shame is coming from, what experiences, typically in my early childhood, this sense of shame originated. So I get why Racine over at Owl Moon 513 identified this deck with the archetype of the void. It does carry that energy within it. It has the endings and beginnings sort of occurring simultaneously. And this is just the void archetype in a nutshell. Like I could do a whole video on that archetype. It's pretty complicated, but it has the energy of the crone. Like it has that release, that death, that death energy within it, the underworld energy. It has that dark. That's why I align it with the dark feminine. It has that energy within it. Cycles of death and rebirth. So again, this is the Cave of Sibyl Oracle. I like to use it to help me identify where this pattern of shame came from. So you can pick this up on, I think, Tiara May's, what's her shop called? Hedge Rider Press, I believe. You can get it on Etsy. So it is independently produced. So I wouldn't recommend this deck for a beginner. This is also a deck that I like to work with intuitively. So all you get is on the back of each card, you have the title of the card, and then on the front of the card, you have your image. And the guidebook, it's actually quite difficult to find your card in the sense that there's no numbers to help you find your card, nor is there a contents, and they're not alphabetically listed either, so it's just kind of random. But to be honest, I haven't had that much difficulty to like finding my card in the guidebook. There's nudity in this deck. I'll show you the guidebook really quickly. So you get a card reproduction on one page, and then on the next you get like a little saying. You can see here. See, this is all you get for each card. So again, this is really perfect for an intuitive reader. Again, I wouldn't recommend this for a beginner. If you're new to reading tarot and oracle, this might not be the right deck for you unless you feel incredibly drawn to the imagery. I wouldn't recommend it for you. Okay, so let's get into the spread. As with all of my spreads, I feel feel that you can use them as tarot spreads or journal prompts, whatever way you want to work with that, that's fine with me. I just ask that if you share it on social media, you credit me as the creator. So I used mine as a tarot spread, so I'm just gonna, going forward, refer to it as a tarot spread. So our first card position, so this is a 4-card tarot spread. And our first prompt is, how are we exploring shame today? Our next is, what is the impact of this sense of shame on my life currently? Okay, next we have, what is the root of this shame? And finally, how can we move forward from here? So again, I would recommend pulling 1 card for each prompt. However, if you feel that you need to pull more cards, just go off of that. I would just go off of what your intuition is telling you. So again, this is a releasing shame deck list as well as a tarot spread. I kept feeling like I was interacting with almost like this block or this wall of shame. So I'm going to call the tarot spread the wall of shame tarot spread. In my opinion, that's how I was encountering that energy. I would try to move past it and it would just keep blocking me. So that's all I wish to speak to with respects to this specific tarot spread and deck list. So again, if you do use the tarot spread or journal prompts on social media, please credit me. You can find my Instagram handles or like my email in the description box below. If you wish to find out more information about that, that's totally fine with me. You can always find that information in the description box below. So I have another deck list video and tarot spread that I want to talk about as well. I feel that you need to work with both of them together. At least that was my experience. Because you guys, you know I'm doing this work alongside you guys. I always work with my stuff first before I share it with you guys. And I just feel that there are times in order for you to move past that wall of shame, that blockage, you just need to approach with a sense of self-compassion and understanding. And that's where this deck list that I'm about to go over in the next video comes from. So I'm going to wrap up this video here and I will see you in the next deck list and spread video. I'm actually about to go record that video now. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.